Sorry. I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, we have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot change it. We cannot conceptualize it with this human awareness. We have to be in another state where we can understand it, know it on our central nervous system. Whatever we have achieved in our evolutionary process, we can feel it on our central nervous system. In the same way, we have to feel the truth, the absolute, on our fingertips. It has to be tangible. It's not a make-believe, it's not a blind faith, but one has to experience it on the central nervous system. But the problem is that so far, those who achieved something also of this nature were singled out and they were never respected. A great poet, Kabir, says that how am I to explain anything? The people are so blind. Even William Blake was treated as a lunatic in this country. It was impossible for these seers, these prophets, to explain, to talk about the divine. But till they lived, nobody understood them and followed them. And then, when there were no more, people built mosques, temples, churches. And when we see the mess of these religions, we are surprised. How can it be? How can people kill each other in the name of God? How can they make money the way they are making in the name of God? People are amazed who are a little bit aware that there's something wrong somewhere. And whatever was told was not followed properly. There is no connection. One starts feeling when they see the private lives of people who are in charge of those religions that there's something definitely wrong. So then they take to science. And science is amoral. It has no morality. It deals with matter. And matter is controlled by the divine. It cannot deliver the goods. As far as our spirituality is concerned, about knowing the absolute, so we are stuck at a point where we call ourselves human beings. We have the human awareness. But we don't have the absolute knowledge. That's why everybody is quarreling, fighting, wars. In some name or other, we are hating each other. If the divine has created all of us, why there is such a problem? In the nature there isn't. Look at these beautiful flowers here. On the tree they grow. All the leaves are spread properly, no problem. Nobody tries to aggress anyone or to kill anybody. Everybody if you call them some bodies, then they all help each other to get the maximum sunlight. You go in a forest, there may be a tiger and all kinds of animals there. You don't have any bad smell anywhere. They know how to, the whole cycle of nature is worked out beautifully. But if you feel that there's some dirt, filth, and you smell it, then no, there must be some human beings living there. Because men only have the power as human beings to spoil everything or to become the spirit. Because human beings are at the epitome of evolution. They have no idea as to how glorious they are, how great they are. I find in the West people are trying to find their identity. They color their hair or do all kinds of things. The identity lies within yourself. When you say, these are my eyes, this is my nose, this is my body, that means you are not this body, this mind. This is yours, but you are not the same. So you are not this body, this mind, these emotions, this ego, these conditionings, but you are the pure spirit. And that's what you have to become. Every religion has said that. Every religion. Muhammad Sahib has said it clearly that there have been so many walis before, and there are going to be so many walis also. You have to be a wali, he said it clearly. I met in Turkey Sufis. Of course, in India we have very great Sufis. Nizamuddin Sahib was there, and also we had Chishti. In Chishti we had another one. Everywhere we had Sufis like that, and they believed in Sahaja Yoga. But they remain in different category. But in Turkey, thanks to Ataturk, I think, that these prospered very well. And they came to me and they just surrendered to Sahaja Yoga. They wanted their realization, they got their realization. When their guru came, he also got his realization, and he said, this is the Sahaja Yoga which is going to transform the whole world. They, of course, they are in a way Muslims because born in Muslim families, and that they sing the praise of Muhammad, of Ali, of Fatima, of everyone. But they don't consider that we are the only chosen ones. Such beautiful people they were. They got their realization what it is. What about Christ? He said, those who are not against me are with me. Who are those who are with him? He was hardly given 3 years to express himself. People were so blind at that time. It is, every religion has talked about the spirit and the spirituality. But it has become now spiritism. These all kinds of black magics and things, that has become the religion. Or it has become a power-oriented thing. All kinds of nonsense you hear and you are really so sad. Like in Bosnia, so many Muslims are killed. For what? Because they are Muslims. In some places Christians are killed because they are Christians. It's going on everywhere. And now it's time for us to stop it. We have no problem now with Russia, and we'll never have a world war now, I hope so. But we have a problem of fundamentalism. And that comes from the ignorance that we are all part and parcel of one personality. And this ignorance has to go. And that can be done very easily once you become the Spirit. Now, it's not question of I'm telling you as a sermon or a lecture, but it's a happening, it's an actualization of that experience which is important. This experience is something which is extremely valuable today for the whole world, because this is the time of last judgment. And this is the time when people are going to get their self-realization. One has to understand it's a very important time now. We say from chimpanzee we have come to human level, supposing even if you accept that. But there were two other races which came as human beings, they disappeared. In the same way, there are people who are still seeking power, money, in the name of God. Can you imagine? Those who are seeking all such things should know that it is not reality. Now, when those people who see them, also they say, no, there's no God, abhor that name, they are also wrong, because very unscientific. Have you found out if there is God or not? By seeing a Hindu misbehaving or a Muslim misbehaving or a mullah misbehaving and a pandit misbehaving, you cannot blame God for that. You cannot deny God. If you are denying God, I would like to know in these modern times, what is the scientific proof that you are saying there is no God? Have you found out? Have you made any discoveries about it? That there is no God? So with a very open mind of a scientist, you have to understand that there is God, which is a hypothesis before, which you should not accept blindfolded. But if it is proved, then as honest people, you have to accept it. It's very important today that this world has to change through the emancipation and transformation of human beings. All the problems of the world today, if you see really, are from human beings. And all these human beings are having problems because of their centers are in trouble. If somehow or other we could cure these centers and connect our being to that all-pervading power of divine love, we enter into the kingdom of God, which is promised by every religion. Again I say, you see these beautiful flowers here, and we take them for granted. We never even think how they are here. On this earth, with a little seed, how does this Mother Earth gives these beautiful flowers? It's a miracle. It's a miracle like that, the photographs you are seeing. This is another miracle. But we take it for granted, all living processes. Everything we take it for granted. And we never try to judge whether it is a miracle or how it has come. We never even think about it. Who does this living work? Supposing we extend our imagination, who does this living work? This living work, I say, is done by the all-pervading divine power of love. This may be called as Ruh, could be called as Brahma Chaitanya, Parama Chaitanya. Patanjali has called it as Ritambara Pragya. You may call it by any name. But this power exists. Now, only thing is, you are to be connected to this power. Like this instrument is connected to the mains, otherwise it has no identity, it has no meaning. Only thing, you are to be connected to this all-pervading power. Once you are connected, you will be surprised at yourself how glorious you are, how great you are, what powers you have, and what you can achieve. You suffer from stress, and physical troubles, mental troubles, economic troubles, political troubles. All these troubles get solved. Say there's complete darkness here and there's commotion. You will, in any way, stampede onto other people. You will, because there's darkness, trying to run, not knowing which is your aim, where to go, what to do. That's what is world today. Is it to be pitied that people are not genuinely seeking the truth? If they are, it's their right to get their self-realization. That is what Sahaja is. So the truth is that you are the spirit, pure spirit. The second one is that there is this all-pervading power of divine love which does all the living work. It runs our heart. It gives us children. It gives us beautiful nature. Everything that is spontaneous, Sahaja. Saha is born with you. The right to become united, yoga, with this all-pervading power. But it is so simple that people don't understand. They think, how can it be so simple? It has to be. Because it is so vital. It is so important. Supposing if your breathing was difficult and you had to read books for that, what would have happened? It is extremely vital. But somehow human beings always think that you shouldn't eat your food like this, but go round and eat like that. It is a very, very simple thing. Sahaj also means very simple, spontaneous. So the Kundalini is there. She is residing within you. She is your mother. She knows everything about you, very anxious to give you your self-realization. It's like the primule in the seed, which has to sprout. Now what you have to do is to put this seed in the Mother Earth, and the Mother Earth has the built-in quality to sprout it, and the seed has a built-in quality to get sprouted. It is, you can't explain. In one seed, do you mean to say there are maps of all the trees it is going to produce? Go to the microscopic thing. I mean, it is vast. Go to the universe, it's vast. The cosmos is vast. But a simple thing is that you are the epitome of all this creation. And you are the one who has the source of knowledge, of joy, and absolute truth. This is what you are. And it's your own, so why not have it? People sometimes told me that, Mother, if you say that you can get it free, then we can't believe it. I said, but why? Because supposing if it doesn't happen to us, we can go to the courts. I said, this human mind doesn't understand that it is something your own evolutionary process, and what have you paid for it? Nothing. Do you mean to say God understands money and bank? No, no. It's all man-made problems, complications. What is within you is a beautiful spirit which is reflected in your heart. And this, your mother, who is your Kundalini. It has nothing to do with paganism and all that. See, just to discard something as paganism. If Indians have to learn science from, why not learn the science of the roots from Indians? What's wrong? But people take to falsehood very easily, even in religion I have seen. You must first of all verify the people who are talking about God and religion, what is their personal character? Are they genuine? Secondly, what are their disciples like? Do they have any powers? Do they know anything? Unless and until you have verified these things, you should not take to false people. And falsehood is so rampant, is so evident. If you just use your logic, you'll find out falsehood. What's the use of using false things? If reality is within you, why not achieve it? This is such a beautiful thing that you are. You must accept yourself, must honor yourself, respect yourself. Another Western problem is a fashion to feel guilty, which I just don't understand. Why do you feel guilty? After all, you are human beings. You are not gods. If you make mistakes, what's the use of feeling guilty? If you have done mistake, just face it. Face it up and finish with it. That you will not do it again. But no use feeling guilty all the time and spoiling your center here on the left-hand side, which can give you not only spondylitis, but also angina and lethargic organs. The Sahaja Yoga today is on a scientific basis explained. We have doctors who have proved how Sahaja Yoga has cured cancers and things, and also we have scientists who have proved many things which are said in Sahaja Yoga. So it is tangible. It is not that something is said which has no basis. And that is what one has to do, is to have an open mind of a scientist, take to realization and see for yourself. If it is working out, then you prove all these saints were correct. Like Guru Nanak said, Sahaja Samadhi Lago. So what is the meaning of Sahaja Samadhi Lago? Who understands that? What is Samadhi? All of them have talked about. I do not want to mention all of them. But you can find out after realization that they were everywhere telling about this. Of course, they were not in a group, but they were tortured, troubled, hanged, poisoned. Oh, these are the days are different. You can't hang a person for that. But also, for our benevolence, we have to accept it. We have to accept it because it's our own. We have to have it. It's a very, very simple thing which one has to understand, that you cannot be only a human being. Must be something more to you. If only being a human being solves the problem, then there would be no problem at all. But there has to be something more. And that is not that you shave yourself off or you wear funny dresses, not that. By that you do not change. But an inner transformation is needed, and for that you have got the Kundalini. But it cannot be forced. First of all, you have to ask for it. If I am born in a Christian family, I am a Christian. If you are born in a Muslim family, a Muslim. You are born in a Hindu family, a Hindu. It's not a matter of choice. But what is needed is to understand that all human beings are born in some religion or other. But do you find that religion has gone inside them? No. You can find whenever they get a chance, they will do anything they feel like against what their religion has told them. So the reason is they haven't got that power of religion within themselves. Only after Sahaja Yoga you will be amazed. I mean, I am myself amazed that people have given up drugs overnight, alcohols overnight. I don't have to tell. I don't tell anybody. Because if I tell don't drink, half of you will go away. So it's all right. You come along into the area, you can give realization to others. You can diagnose the diseases of others. You can cure people. Apart from that, you get all the knowledge which is so subtle, which is real. All other knowledge is called as avidya. It's not knowledge, but is non-knowledge. The real knowledge is the knowledge of the Spirit, which cannot be challenged, which cannot be changed. It is, it has been, and it will be. All these things people have said. Only the difference is today you have to get the actual experience of that. That's the only difference. And also that is amas. Thousands of people can get self-realization. It's the blessing of these modern times which are called as Ghor Kali Yuga, the worst times. This is the time only this was to happen, and is happening all over the world. I don't think I can explain to you about Sahaja Yoga in this short time. After all, I don't know how many lectures I must have given in English language itself and so many other languages. But what is the use of talking about it? As I always said that there are so many beautiful lights here. For that you have to just put the switch on because it's all built in. But supposing I start telling you all the story about how electricity was found and how it was brought to London and then to this Royal Albert Hall, you will be all absolutely bored. Best thing is to have your lights on. As you have seen today, all the Sahaja Yogis were sitting, and on top of their head there was light. Also there are many other photographs they have not shown of the children. Sahaja Yogi children are born to Sahaja Yogis. They are born realized. And they have a glow around their head. You can see. All this is happening, maybe to prove you people something. But cameras are a wonderful thing. I have seen that those people used to mesmerize and play some tricks were found out by the cameras. And with me they play these tricks. So these modern times are something special. I must say that cameras are discovered and they can really somehow or other make the picture of these vibrations. It is hard for people to give up their conditionings because they think now we are born into this thing, born into... No, you are born, but you are not that. To be that, in whatever religion you are born, you have to be a realized. To be a real Englishman, you have to be a realized soul. Otherwise you cannot be. To be a real Indian, you have to be a realized soul. Because you don't know the glory of your country. You don't know what your country is. Like they said that I have told them that it's the heart. Now the proof is there. heart of the universe is England. That's why everything circulates, you see. Anything goes wrong here, circulates all over. Of course, we have now yellow journalism and the media and all that nonsense is going on. But even that circulates. So you are placed in a very important place. It's the heart of the universe. And see, the proof is shown by the cameras. This is a very small portion they have taken out, otherwise there are hearts everywhere. So just to feel that you are here in England, you have to also feel that you have not yet felt the reality of England. And the reality can only be felt when you are in the realm of reality. And this realm of reality lies within yourself, which is very easy to achieve. So the power that achieves it is that of Kundalini and is the pure desire. If you have the pure desire, it will work out. But if you are arrogant, if you are here to criticize or to make some sort of a commentary, Kundalini won't rise. You have to have pure desire to become the spirit. That's all. Depends only on one point, that you have to have pure desire. You don't have to pay anything, you don't have to think anything, you don't have to do any mantras, nothing. But just the pure desire to be that. Because as you know, in economics, in general, wants are not satiable. But once you achieve the state of spirit, then you become the giver. The only want you have that how many people I can give realization? How many people can be saved? And without any ego about it. You will see that after realization, you will start talking in the third person. It's a beautiful state within yourself which is dormant, which you have to achieve. There's another point I have to tell you, that today Sahaja Yoga is a collective happening. It is not that in your house you sit down and do Sahaja Yoga. Cannot do it. You are a part and parcel of the whole. Like if my nail is cut out, it doesn't grow. So you have to come to the collective. Don't have to pay for anything, nothing. But you have to come to our collectives. As we do not take money for maintaining big temples or big places, you must understand that wherever people are feeling this all-pervading power is the best place to go to. And you shouldn't think about what was the hall like, or where they were doing all this, or what sort of people were there. Because the door of Sahaja Yoga is open to everyone. Sometimes we really get lunatics walking in. Doesn't matter. But some of them do get cleared out. Some of them do get cured. We don't criticize anyone. Let everyone come. And I'm amazed that so far those who have come to Sahaja Yoga have all achieved their selfhood. And I wish you all good luck. We'll do a little meditation just now, and I'm sure all of you are going to get your self-realization. No doubt about it. I know there are questions in your heads, quite a lot. Doesn't matter. You can write them down and send it over, we'll answer them. But this question and all that, I've become an expert now, been dealing with this kind of thing for the last 21 years. So I can answer all of that, no doubt. But it's just a mental acrobat. You have to ask for the experience of your being. What's the use of discussion, argument, and conferences? What have you achieved out of that? So just to ask for your self-realization is very important. Now, those who do not want, I cannot force on them. Your freedom as a human being is worshipped, is not only accepted but is also worshipped. If you want to go to hell, you can go. If you want to go to heaven, you can go to heaven as well. So, cannot be forced. As I said, is the pure desire is the one that is going to work it out. All those who do not want to have it should leave the hall, would be better, and not to sit down here watching others and criticize. That would be a much better idea, to leave others to have the experience. It is a chance that my husband got elected to a job here and I came to England. And it has been really a great experience, because I found that this is a place where if Sahaja Yoga is established, it will work out everywhere very well. And it did. But amazingly it has worked more in Russia, more in the Eastern Bloc. Because they had no religion, imagine. They were clean slates, no bindings. And you won't believe that in Russia, we always have it in big stadiums, 16,000 to 18,000 people. And people are sitting on the ground. And all of them get realization. And Eastern Bloc, all of them. So this too much of freedom has made us mad also. That's why our attention is not so good. But despite that, it has worked. I could not have worked in communist countries. Only in democratic countries I could work. But as now, in Russia and all these places, we have got a regime, so-called, which says they want to be democratic. We had a chance to get in. And they wouldn't accept any false person. All of them were thrown out. I don't know how they knew. Only I know about the writers, Russian writers, that they are very introspective. Very introspective. And they put even the hero into introspection and the heroine into introspection. While in democracy, we do not introspect. That may be one of the reasons that they are extremely introspective. So, it is for you to accept or not to accept. As I said, it cannot be forced. But the whole thing works out beautifully. There are few things which I'll tell you how to do it, and I'm sure it will work out very well tonight. So again, I would request those who don't want, please go away. It's better for us. It would be very kind. First of all, I would request you to take out your shoes, because this Mother Earth, as I said, you are sitting in the heart of the universe. So if you could take out your shoes, will be a better idea. You can't imagine sitting in your chairs, you can get your realization. Don't have to go to Himalayas or anything. Nothing of the kind. All right. Can you get somebody to show? Doctor, can you come in? This Dr. Spiro from England. Now, First, I will show you how you yourself will have to enrich your own centers. It's very simple. Because you have to know that the centers, if they are in trouble, then the Kundalini takes time to rise. So there are two things, I would say, which are important or can be conditions. Firstly, as I told you, you don't have to feel guilty. If you feel guilty, this center catches on the left side. And it is catching today. It's a common fashion, It's like, as they say, it is in to feel guilty, to be miserable, to show that you are very miserable. If somebody looks very happy, people don't understand. Like I went to France first, they said, "Mother, you look very happy, they won't like you." I said, "Really?" "No, they are very miserable." I said, "For what?" "They are. They are worried about this world will be destroyed very soon." All right? So I started my lecture with Les Miserables. So we need not have that kind of an attitude towards ourselves. First of all, we are not to feel guilty at all. I request you again and again not to feel guilty. There's nothing to be confessed, nothing to feel bad about. Past is past and finished. Doesn't exist anymore. Future also doesn't exist. In the present, if you have to be, then forget the past for the time being. Secondly, you have to forgive everyone. It's very important. Many people have told me, "Mother, it's very difficult to forgive." I said, "Why?" Logically, if you forgive or don't forgive, you don't do anything. What do you do? Nothing. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. So, during the course of this raising of Kundalini, I'll request you to forgive everyone, and before that, if you forgive, is well and good. Because then this center catches. Between the optic chiasma is this center, it's closed like this. The most constricted center we have in the modern times. But if you forgive, it opens out and the Kundalini can rise. As it is, you have suffered so much, playing into the hands of wrong people. And again today you may miss the point, may not get your self-realization if you don't forgive. Don't think about them, it's a headache. Just say, "I forgive every one of them." Every one of them I forgive. Or you can say, "I forgive all of them." It's the best. You'll feel much lighter even now. Now, I will show you what is to be done. Just now, don't close your eyes. Put your left hand like this towards me on your lap, comfortably. You have to be comfortable. If there's anything tight here or tight on your waist or anywhere, please loosen it, but you have to be comfortable. Now put your left hand like this. This is just symbolic of the expression that you want to have your self-realization. Left side is the power of desire, the right side is the power of action. All these things you will know. Doesn't take much time to know all these things. So now, you put your right hand on your heart first, because in the heart is reflected the God Almighty as Spirit. And then you have to put your hand on the left hand side of your abdomen in the upper part, because the left side will be working with our pure desire. Working on the left side. Now, if you are the Spirit, you become your own master. You become your guide. You are your own guru. So this is the center where you become yourself, your guru, which is created by all the prophets and seers and saints for us. We have to just awaken it. Once it is awakened, I don't have to tell you what is your religion, you just follow it. You do it yourself. Then below that is the center here, is the center of pure knowledge, which is quite surprising for people, how can it be there? But it is there. And how it is there and how it gets transformed to the brain and all that, you will know later on how it works out. So it is in the lower portion of your abdomen on the left hand side, is the pure knowledge, as you call it, Shuddha Vidya. Then you raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen, on the left hand side. Then on your heart again. Then in the corner of your neck and shoulder, where I told you this left Vishuddhi is catching, and turn your head to your right. Then please take your right hand on your forehead across and put down your head as far as possible. Here you have to forgive everyone and don't feel guilty. So best thing would be then to put your right hand on the back side of your head and push back your head. Here, just for your satisfaction, you have to ask forgiveness from the divine power. If you have done any mistakes, let the divine power forgive you, because this is for your satisfaction. Again I say so. I don't want you to feel guilty about it and count your mistakes. Now, then stretch your palm fully. The center of the palm is very important, because you have to put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood, as you call it in Indian language is talu, which was a soft bone. Put it nicely. Now here, you have to push back your fingers, this is very important, and your thumb, so that there is a proper pressure. Now put down your head as far as possible. And this now, turn your hand clockwise, very slowly at this point. Please put down your head first of all, put down your head. Now, okay. Now push back your fingers, push back, otherwise you cannot. Now 7 times you have to push it. Don't move your hand as the scalp, move your scalp. Good. 7 times. That's all we have to do. You will know that tonight only you have to do this. You don't have to do it later on, don't have to remember anything. It's once you are a realized soul, you are very different. Like when you have to climb the steps, you see, you have to climb. But once you are up there, you don't climb any. That's all. Once you reach that state, you don't have to do. But in any way, if you go to the centers, they'll explain to you everything, they'll tell you everything, and nobody is going to charge any money. Maybe they might charge some nominal for the maintenance of a certain place, maybe. But so far as I know, that mostly it is done by the people who are already Sahajogis or by the centers itself. Because after all, we had to pay for this hall. And they have organized that money. Last time I paid, this time I think I don't know how they managed to make that arrangement. And they repaid me also. So, this is the Sahajogis who feel that they have to do something for you. They do it themselves and organize it. But you will not be put to any pressure or anything, and you are not responsible for paying anything at all. Now, so now we'll have to close our eyes. We better take out our spectacles. because you are not to open your eyes till I tell you. Just take out your spectacles. Also good for the eyesight. Now, you don't have to say any mantras, any prayer, nothing. And you don't have to force your attention to anything. Automatically it will happen. You just leave it alone. Your attention, your thoughts, don't worry if there are thoughts, doesn't matter. Everything will be cleared out by the Kundalini. All right. Now, please put your right hand on your heart, both the feet away from each other, left hand on your lap comfortably, and now close your eyes. On this center of the heart, you have to ask a very fundamental question in your heart. It's like a computer working out, you can say. You have to ask a question in your heart. You can call me Shri Mataji or you can call me Mother, whatever you like. Ask a question 3 times in your heart. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask this question in your heart. As I told you, if you become the spirit, you become your own master. So now please take your hand on the left hand side of your abdomen, on the upper abdomen. Here press it hard, and here you ask another important question 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Ask this question 3 times. As I have told you, I cannot force your realization on you. In the same way, I cannot force pure knowledge on you. You have to ask for it. So now please take your hand, the low portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. Here is a center which has got 6 petals. So 6 times you have to ask, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. As soon as you ask for pure knowledge, Kundalini starts rising. So we have to clear out the upper centers with our full self-confidence. Please know that you are at the epitome of evolution as human beings, and have full confidence in yourself. In no way degrade yourself and feel inferior to anyone. So now raise your right hand, the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side, and press it hard. Here you have to say with self-confidence 10 times. Mother, I am my own master. Please say it 10 times. I have already told you that you are not this body, this mind, this intellect, these emotions, this ego, these conditionings, but you are the pure spirit. So now raise your right hand on your heart, and here you have to say with full confidence 12 times, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Please say it 12 times. You have to accept your position first of all. You see, before taking the throne, the king has to say that I accept the throne in the same way. Please say it 12 times. Mother, I am the pure spirit. You have to know that this all-pervading power of divine love is the ocean of love, compassion, and bliss. It is the ocean of absolute knowledge. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. Whatever mistakes you have committed can be easily dissolved into this great ocean of forgiveness. So please forgive yourself. You have no business to in any way condemn yourself. So now, raise your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder and turn your head to your right. Here, you have to say 16 times with full confidence again, Mother, I am not guilty at all. I find this is the worst center today catching here in England. Say it emphatically. I am not guilty at all. Again, I have told you that whether you forgive or don't forgive, you are not doing anything logically. But if you don't forgive, you play into wrong hands. And as it is, you have suffered because of that, while the person who has troubled you is quite happy. So now, at this point, you have to forgive all of them, not thinking about them in general. So now raise your hand to your forehead across and put down your head as far as possible. Here you have to say, from your heart, not how many times, from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone in general. Now, for your own satisfaction, please don't count your mistakes and don't feel guilty. But for your own satisfaction, you have to ask forgiveness from the divine power. So now take back your right hand on the back side of your head and push back your head as far as possible. Here, you have to say, O divine power, please forgive me if I have done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly. This also you have to say from your heart, not how many times. Now the last center is the most important one. For that you have to stretch your palm and put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone on your childhood. And now put down your head. Press it hard, push back your fingers. Now, put down your head, please, push back your fingers, very important. Again, I am sorry, I cannot force self-realization on you. You have to ask for it. So now please move your hand, or I would say move your scalp slowly 7 times clockwise, saying 7 times, Mother, please give me my self-realization. You have to ask for it. No one can force it on you. 7 times. Now please take down your hands. Now put both the hands towards me like this and watch me without thinking. Watch me without thinking. Now please put the right hand like this and bend your head, and with the left hand see if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head, out of your fontanelle bone. Bend your head and see for yourself. Some people get it hot, some will get it cold. Some will get it close to the head and some far away. But don't put it on top of the head, but away from it, and see for yourself, moving your left hand, if there's a cool or a hot breeze coming out of your fontanelle bone area. Bend your heads, please. Now, please take left hand and bend your head and see for yourself. If there's a cool or a hot air coming out of your fontanelle bone area. Some people can get it very far, some people get it closer. Now again with your right hand, please put your right hand towards me. Now again bend your head and see for yourself. Little far away. Some people get it. Now, raise your both the hands towards the sky and put your head up there like this and ask a question, any one of these questions 3 times. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Or, Mother, is this the all-pervading power of divine love? Or, Mother, is this the root of Brahma Chaitanya? Ask any one of these questions in your heart, only 3 times, any one of them. Now, please take down your hands. You'll feel very relaxed. And now, put your hands like this. Those who have felt the cool breeze or a hot air from their fontanelle bone area or on their fingertips or their hands, please raise both your hands. Oh, may God bless you. That's it. All of you have got it. Now believe in yourself. Have faith in yourself that you have got it. And don't waste your self-realization. It's very peaceful, and all the miracles will start happening in your lives. So many will say that they have got so many miracles in their lives. But the most important thing, that you become a universal being, you become a collective being. And then you realize what a potential you had within yourself. Respect yourself and respect your self-realization. So may God bless you all. You have got pamphlets, I'm told, where you got the addresses of all the centers we have. Please look after your self-realization. Those who have not felt so clearly should not doubt and go and see for yourself. In those centers, they will help you, explain to you everything. Please understand that you have to grow. This is the beginning which has to grow. May God bless you.
So if I could have your attention again just for one moment. When you came in with your ticket, you should have been given a blue piece of paper. On this, we have the details of the follow-up meetings which we've arranged. They are Sunday, 27th of June, that's this coming Sunday, at 3 p.m., and on Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 29th, at 7:30 p.m., and the place is the Remembrance Hall, Flood Street in Chelsea. On the back of the leaflet, there are details of all the meetings which are held throughout London every week. These are regular meetings which happen every week, and as Sri Mataji has said, we very strongly recommend that you come to these meetings and we can show you how to meditate at home, how to feel the chakras, how to clear the chakras, and how to balance the system. If you're from outside of London, there are contact phone numbers throughout the country. If you didn't get one of these leaflets, we'll arrange to have them available at the main entrance. Thank you very much.
Tomorrow at 11:45, we have here a great soul who is a Sahajogi. Are you? कहिए आपको ये लोग कांटेक्ट कर रहे हैं, मिल ही नहीं रहे आप गायब रहते हैं हमेशा. We are going to have the program tomorrow at 11:45 in the night. I don't know why they are starting at that time. So, if you have time, push it. Please come along. I'll be here for their program. Thank you very much. Thank you. Of course, you know them. I need not tell you their names. You see, they're very well-known people, more known than me. Fatu Kaza, Shiv Kumar Sharma, Ghulam Mustafa. अच्छा आप हैं कहाँ, क्या कर रहे हैं? अरे जनाब, हमने इनसे कहा था कि आपसे कांटेक्ट करें क्योंकि वो लोग चाह रहे थे कि आप इस प्रकार कबीला में आएँ और गाना गाएं, तो वो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं आपसे कांटेक्ट. हुआ? फिर अब क्या करें? आप कब जा रहे हैं वापस?